Okay, Daniel, I apologize in advance for my slightly groggy voice. So this is how I've thought about how this would work best. This I sent you a screenshot of, and this is all the questions, all the correct answers, and I feel like you should study this a little bit, and then print out or look on the phone at the blank copy and try to do it again. I've tried, I hope I did a good job of to circle the ones that you actually that were wrong, and I will address them. But I think that studying everything, I feel like if there's two areas, and if you would hone in on these two areas, I think it would take care of all of these that are incorrect or either one of these two problems. I think except for maybe one thing. So we're back to this lovely rule down here. This is actually a grade 3 rule, but we've copied it out a couple of times. So if the first two quavers in a beat are silent, use a crotchet rest. If the second two are silent, use two quaver rests. So just keep saying it. It kind of doesn't make sense in our brain. It doesn't seem equal, but that's just how it is. Okay, so and that happened a couple of times. And then the other one that I actually think is a bigger situation is, well, it's kind of twofold. You have to see the groups, like when you're looking at the time signature, look at this and you know that this is going to be 3 groups of 3 16th notes. And then that coupled with when, like in the case of 6/4, where there's a definite half of the measure, making sure that it's half and half. If those two things, if you follow, like constantly bring your mind back to those two concepts plus this, you'll be set. Okay. Now this one is the exception to the rule. This just had too many beats, because this is 1, and then that's a half a beat, and then this is an 8th rest, which is a half a beat, and then there's a dot added on, and then this is a whole entire so this, but it still is this is the problem. There's too many, because this is a beat, or no, it's not that it's too many beats. I apologize. 1, this is a beat, and then this and this are a beat, but this 16th note should be connected to this. So this is incorrect. That is not too many beats, but it's the grouping is incorrect. Do you see? Because the 8th note and the 8th rest would need to be in a grouping, and then there would need to be a separate 16th rest. Okay. And then these were correct, but I didn't know whether looking at my little squiggly notes, whether that would be helpful as you're looking through this. If there's a particular one that you're like, Mrs. Hahn, can you explain that whole entire line? I would. Here you got to see the groups. Here they combined it, and you really want to see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So even though this is the correct number of beats, it's not grouped correctly. Does that make sense? So that's why that would be wrong. Here's an example. This right here is this. Well, actually, this is more an example of the grouping. You want to see, so this is 9 16. So we need to see 16th note is kind of our baseline, and we want 9 16th notes to be in every measure. Sorry, I'm moving the camera around. And we need to see 3 groups. So 1 2 3, that's a group. 1 2 3, that's a group. So this needs to be split or reversed, okay, in order for that to be achieved. And then 1 2 3. And then over here, this was correct. So this is worth 6 beats. This is worth 3 beats. And I don't know I'm not sure why you thought that was incorrect. Whether you should have thought that should have been tied. But here you can, like there, because this is a longer note, you don't want to use ties if you don't have to. If you can have a longer note. And here the rule of dividing in half is not in play because it's groups of 3. So that might have been what was happening there. Here's another place where these need to be reversed. Okay, so we need to see, hold on. So this is 3, 2. Okay, so this is, I've got lines in here and then they've got lines. This is really the end. Sorry, I need to hold back from the camera. Okay, so this is actually the end of the measure. So what we're needing to see here is 3 distinct half note groups. So that's a half note, that's a half note, this is a half note, but we would want to reverse that. Okay, so it should be 8th note, 8th rest, and then the quarter rest after. Here, this needs to be separated out 2 quarter rests, and that was okay. And then here, again, it's a lot of these are the whole reverse idea. So I think I don't want to make more work for you, honestly. And then here, it's thinking of the groupings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wanting to see 3 groups. I actually think that it would be helpful. I may even stop right here. And like, I know it would be time consuming, but I think to fully embrace this concept, maybe what you want to do is take the time to, because it's a lot of the same things over and over again, and I feel like it has to come out of your own pencil instead of, I'm sorry that this is shaking, come out of your own pencil instead of just listening to me talk about it. So how about you try this idea? How about you copy this out, copy this page out, blank, like actually copy it out. Don't just do it on a piece, like do it on a separate piece of paper. I think you did copy it out the other time. And then pull up the key, this key, and like go line by line, putting in the correct answers and like adding some of my extra scratch, which you can see is very, very messy, but I've been using this piece of paper for quite some time, just to kind of solidify the concepts. And then also, Daniel, we have to keep in mind that this is one question. So if this feels like too much of a burden for one question, then I absolutely, will let it slide. But I wanted to make sure I had done my due diligence to help you. And I think really is maybe start with just like looking this over and seeing if that begins to make more sense, and then maybe try it again. And then if it's still really, now you have the key, if you're still really stumped, then maybe write everything out in your own pencil. I'm going to let you make that call. All right. Sorry I talked so long. Bye.